Jessie B. Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for the 6x6 paper pad sketches, and today I'm going to do this picture of my husband cutting up some firewood, and I'm going to use my counterfeit kit. So these are some of the papers I have left. I'm thinking probably these top ones here. I'm not sure yet. I'll decide in a second. I can't show you the sketch I'm using. It is by Scrapbook Generations. It's the class I am taking. So, yeah, let's get going. So, first thing I am doing here is I am going to make some embellishments with watercolors and stamps. And as you can see, my desk is beautifully cleaned off and I am watercoloring. And then when I come back in a second, it's going to be all messy again because I actually did this watercoloring a couple days before, but I figured I'd show you the process since I filmed it. So I am just going in rainbow order and doing a nice messy stripes, kind of curvy stripes of all the different colors from this uh, this Corel, yeah, Crayola. There it is, Crayola paint set that I have, and so I'm just putting all the different colors down, letting them blend a little, not being really particular on getting to the edges or anything. And so I do go through all the colors twice. And I wait for that to dry mostly. And now I'm coming in with my stamp set here. And I really like this stamp set. I picked it up at Tuesday morning, and I've used it a bunch because the flowers are all open, so they're just outlines of flowers, and that way you can really see the colors that I um, have behind them. And I'm going to get all these stamped out. I'm doing like 3 of each, and then I think I do, I don't know, 3 or 4 of the leaves too. And I don't use all the stamps. I only used, I think, 3 of the florals. Okay, so now I'm showing you what I'm doing with my picture here. So you can see my desk is back to being messy again. So this picture here, the sketch calls for 3 2x2 pictures. And I am doing all the same picture, but I am cutting it so it looks like 3 2x2 pictures. Yeah. I liked the way it looked with the 3 pictures, and I just thought it looked really neat. I couldn't quite get the whole thing to fit, but that's okay because they are laying over top of each other. So I'm just going to mat them all in white. And I did do this picture a little bigger because I didn't want to cut off my husband's head or feet for the chainsaw. So I think it's actually like 2.5 by 2, I think, or 2.5 by 2.25 maybe. So it's not quite square, but it's close enough. And then I did do the I did cut the other pictures 2x2 with a chunk out of each one of them that you will not see after they're here together. And so this is how I am going to stick them together. I really, really like the way this looks because it's just the deck, the log deck, um, that I wanted to show. And so, I mean, it wasn't anything really important, but I love the way that it ends up looking. So I wanted to use this kind of washed blue paper. but I didn't want any of the border that is on it to show. So I'm just going to gut this paper, and then possibly someday I'll use that, the border as a border for another layout. I think it would look really good as like a with a white um, base, and then have that peeking around the outside. So I put that off to the side for a different. I am going to cut this um, into a 6x6 square. And then I'm going to use this ombre paper as my background. So I'm cutting it down to an 8.5 by 11. And I think this paper is so pretty, and I really wanted to use it, but then I thought that it looked the blue got, faded in really bad. So I'm coming in with a piece of white paper here, that's 6.25 by 6.25, or 6.5 maybe, I can't remember. And I'm just going to put a border all the way around so that that square pops off the page. And now I'm going to use some of this orange and yellow pattern that I didn't think I'd use this much of this paper, and I've used it really well in this kit. I'm so glad I included it because I do not care for it in the hole, and so I've always just passed it by whenever I would look at it and keep on going. But doing it, putting it in this kit is really made me use it, and I've used so much of it, and I'm so happy. And I like the way it looks. So I am turning this into, I think it's a 5-inch square with the white paper underneath. And that is just so I can line it up, because I just want a little triangle out of this paper. And I knew I could get it, but it was just so much easier to do it this way than trying to measure it out. I just got that my perfect triangle there. And then I'm going to use this other one as a template to make my other 2 triangles. So in the sketch, it has pretty much what I have. It has a big square in the back with a 3 triangles kind of pointing into the center. Inside that square, and then the 4th triangle is like sewed around. And so I am going to do that same thing, and I decided to go with the brighter colors for the triangles. Here I really was thinking about putting this blue that I actually yeah, I didn't like the way it was, too pale, and so I'm going to go with a brighter color. So I actually am going to see here. I still keep trying. Like, yeah, no, I don't like it. So I'm going to use a piece of the background, but I'm going to go down with the reddish orange side of it. And that way it matches both the other 2 triangles, in the sense that they're all this nice, bright, um, warm colors. And over top of that, cooler blue. I really like the way it looks. See? I like that. You don't see much of it because of my photos covering quite a bit of it. And I knew that that was going to happen, but I still wanted to make sure it had it instead of just leaving it blank. So I'm just going to stick all these together with some washi tape here. And that way I can move it around and decide exactly where I want it, and as one unit. And so that is my base that I'm going to adhere it down here in a second. There we go. And I really actually like the way the sketch turned out. The pictures are, they're not anything amazing, and that's just my husband cutting up wood. But he works so hard. He's such a hardworking man. And I want to make sure I document that, how well he takes care of his family. And I do end up adding a lot of flowers and stuff onto this page just because he's outside, working outside, and I figured it was appropriate. And I love the way it turns out. It is kind of more of a feminine page, I think, in that sense, but it doesn't look out of place. And yeah, I don't think I've showed it to him yet. I should show it to him and see what he says. I just yeah, I haven't got to that. So, here are all the um, flowers that I made earlier with that watercolor technique. And I got them all fussy cut out. And now I'm just trying to decide exactly how I want them to go on to the layout here. And they're basically the exact same flowers in the same spots, but with the way the colors are behind, they look a little different. And so I kept more of the blues and purples up on the top because they showed up so much better against the yellow background. And then I kept the yellows and the greens and um, stuff on down at the bottom um, because they really popped off the um, red background. So that was my thinking. But yeah, whatever flowers I stuck in one cluster, I found another flower that looked like it for the bottom cluster. And I'm popping some of them up on foam. Some of them I hear flat down. And I'll show you exactly what I do on this top one here. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the bottom one, but I'm not going to make you watch it all over again. Because like I said, they're pretty much identical, just different colors. So there you go. By the magic of YouTube, it's all a hair down. And now I'm coming in with my pen here and making faux stitch lines on this blank page, triangle that that's how she had it in the sketch too. And then I am adding this faux stitching on around the outside edge. She didn't have that in the sketch, but I really wanted to add more of that black. And then I'm going to do it again through the whole layout. And I just like the way it looks. I actually did think about coming in and actually sewing on it, but yeah, the whole process of getting out my sewing machine just wasn't something I wanted to do, so we just did the pretend stitch lines. And then I have this sticker sheet, and it is the second one of I had put two of them into this kit, and I'm almost used it up too. I think I used the other one up completely, and then now I have this one. And I just love the way that the colors match so well. And so I put in some of the little flowers here and there around. And I do take and cut some of them apart and cut a little bit of that white off the um, edges of them. And then I wanted to bring in butterflies, but these ones, I really, really wanted to use these ones. But I couldn't decide. So I'm cutting them off the plastic and trying to decide if I really want them in here. And I think that they were just too green. I really love them. I think they're beautiful. But for this layout, they just weren't working for me. So I set them off to the side and I go to my sticker book here and I'm bringing in little word stickers that are arrows, and I'm adding them to this blank um, triangle over here. And this is where I'm also going to add my title. So I end up actually moving these around quite a bit before I settle on how I want them to look. And then I go and find a couple more of the stickers just to add into the clusters. I can't even remember everything I'd add. I just kept finding little things and adding them. And I do know I added a couple black stickers just to help tie in the black stitch lines, faux stitch lines that I did. So they each get a little black sticker in it. And then I'm going to come in with my alphabet and do my title. So I'm here I am moving those around again. And my title is just going to be Firewood. And if you read the whole all the little stickers and everything, it definitely makes a longer title. It says oh, I can't remember, and that is so tiny I can't uh see it. But you'll see it. It's the name of the video here. I'll have the whole title as the name. And so I'm just adding, I know it says firewood is important, but I can't remember the first two words. I think it's like remember. Yeah, remember firewood is important. I think is what it says. So I decided instead of the green um, butterflies, I am going to go in with um, these little flat butterflies from the sticker sheet, and I'm popping this blue one up, popping his wings up so that he kind of stands out a little bit more on the layout there. And then I put two on the top and one at the bottom, bigger one at the bottom. And then here I am adding in my little butterfly trails with my puffy paint. And I'm going to just sprinkle some little dots all around the clusters, and the green and the blue. And that is it. I'm going to finish up with the clusters and call this layout done. Thank you so much for watching. I do have close-ups at the end, and if you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Bye.